Hello, beautiful souls. It's Emily with Twins in Union, and I am here again with a lovely reading for us to look at the energies of this Scorpio new moon leading up to the next full moon. And as always, I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you and welcome to all of my new subscribers, and thank you all for your lovely comments. Thank you to those of you who have been loyal subscribers and continuing to follow this journey together with me. And especially thank you to all of you who have booked private readings with me and twin flame coaching sessions with me. And if you've purchased a channel painting for me, I just want to say thank you so much. I really feel honored to be a guide and a support to you in your twin flame journey. And if you would like to purchase a reading or a session with me, I'm going to leave all of that information in the description box below if you want to check that out. As you can tell, maybe you can hear that thunder, but we are having a very Scorpio new moon day in terms of the weather here where I live. It has just literally been raining cats and dogs. Well, okay, not literally, but you know what I mean. It's just been dark and dreary and just rain, rain, rain. And yes, we've been having some thunder. I don't think I've seen any lightning though. But anyway, yeah, it's very Scorpio energy weather day here, where it is wet and dark, and it just kind of makes you want to get cozy and stay inside. And so I got cozy with the cards here, and I have a spread for us. And I will turn the camera towards the cards so that you can see them. And real quick, I'll just say a couple things like about the energies going on, like this last week that we had, you know, with the 11/11 gateway, and then leading into this new moon in Scorpio, I really was sensing a lot of kind of crazy energies going on. Just integrating all of that 11/11 gateway energy, and then, you know, having emotions come up. So, you know, Scorpio is a water sign, so it's an emotional sign, and it's also, you know, the underworld and darkness and mystery and, you know, confronting the shadow. So, you know, it's been kind of an intense week. I've seen my friends and family going through some really challenging things, and, you know, this is all happening globally, for all of us. So we're all experiencing the Scorpio energy, and we are also approaching the winter solstice. So we are really moving into this time of darkness, and we are working with the dark and the light, you know, that shadow work. And yeah, so that's a lot of what we are up against right now. So if you or people around you, your loved ones, friends, family, have been going through some emotionally challenging times, that's just, it's all interrelated with this Scorpio new moon energy that we are in right now. And also with the seasons, with this time of year. And yeah, so, you know, be gentle with yourself right now. If you are having emotions coming up, really, you know, bring in your self-care. And if you can be a support person for somebody who's going through a hard time, a friend or a family member, you know, it's really a great opportunity for you to shine your light and to be a support person for them. Yeah, so, and then also one more thing I just realized before I turned the camera that I wanted to share with you guys. I have this little charm that I am wearing here, and it was a gift to me from one of my lovely viewers and twin flame friends. You know who you are. And she got me this lovely yin yang pendant, And my logo image is of the yin-yang symbol, and it's also very appropriate for this reading, so I just felt inspired to wear it, and I just wanted to say a shout out to my friend, and thank you for this lovely little pendant. So we will have its energy gracing the reading here. Okay, so with that all being said, I'm going to turn the camera towards the cards and we can dive into the reading here. And this week, we really had a lot of cards come out for the Divine Feminine. We've had a lot of cards for the Divine Masculine the last few readings, but now we had a lot of cards coming through for the Feminine. A lot of messages. So, as always, I will hold up the cards to the camera so that you can see them up close. And I have them set up with the Divine Masculine over here and the Divine Feminine over here. And then the bottom of the deck here is the underlying energy and the union energies here in the center. Let's see, the energy cards here are from the Energy Oracle deck. And that is by Sandra Ann Taylor. And then I've got a new deck that I'm really excited to share with you guys. It's called the Good Tarot. I did a Divine Masculine energy reading for the 1111 Gateway with this deck, and everybody was loving the cards, so I just thought I would experiment here and give them a try with this reading. And so they are the clarifying cards or advice cards. Let's see, and then at the end of the reading I'm going to share spiritual guidance for us from the Wisdom of the Golden Path, and that is by Tony Carmine Salerno. And as always, I will share a romance message for us from the lovely Divine Love Letters book from Nikki on the Divine Love Crystal Grid channel. It is channeled letters that she channeled from Twin Flames to Twin Flames. And so I'm loving this book, and I will share a message from it as well. Okay, so let's dive in here. So I will start with the Divine Masculine. Or wait, no, I want to start with this bottom of the deck card. So this was the bottom of the deck, and this card has come up several times in a row over the past few full union spread readings that I've done. And so it's showing up here again. And so this is the yin-yang, just like how I was showing you with my little pendant here. And so we see, you know, the feminine energy here with the white swirl, and we see the masculine energy here with this fiery swirl. And then we also see her masculine aspect with this fiery dot here. And then we see his feminine aspect with this watery blue dot here. So, you know, in October when we were in Libra, we were really doing a lot of balancing our feminine and our masculine energies. And now I feel like we are really integrating the balancing, and we are really moving into a place of harmonizing with bringing the masculine and the feminine energies together within ourselves, which is also amplifying that within the union. So for me, I had a dream where, you know, when I sat down and reflected on the dream, it became clear to me that the dream was showing me that I was really merging and integrating my own inner masculine energy with my feminine energy. And I also just started working on a blog post that I will be publishing soon about balancing and integrating the masculine and the feminine energies, and it's been really fascinating to just learn more about what does masculine energy look like and what does feminine energy look like, And how does the feminine and the masculine come together to really create and manifest? And so that's really what this yin-yang is. It's the two polar opposites coming together and creating that third energy, and it's powerful, creative manifestation when the two come together in a balanced and harmonious state. So this is what we're really working towards when we're doing all of this healing and energy work and you know, clearing out the old and bringing in the new, moving through this ascension. We are really you know, coming into this union within ourselves, and then that is assisting us into coming into union with our beloved. And it is this really powerful you know, manifestation kind of energy when we do come together. And this is a 22, and we just had the 11-11 gateway. And so the 11 plus the 11 brings us to the number 22, the number of the divine partnership. And when we add the 2 and the 2, it's 4. So we are grounding this union, taking these spiritual energies, taking these light codes, and we are grounding that onto the earth plane. So really beautiful energy here of balance and harmony and oneness, and creating that within ourselves, within our own masculine and feminine aspects within us, and then having that mirror into our twin flame connection. So really beautiful underlying energy here that I just felt guided to share. Okay, and so I will start over here with the divine masculine, and I asked, what is the divine masculine thinking regarding his twin flame connection and his beloved? And so we got the Caring Connections card. So the first thing that came to me when I first saw this card come out was the word illumination. You can see all of this bright light shining down over them, and if you look closely you can see this light really crowning his head. So I'm really sensing that the divine masculine, especially over this 11-11 gateway that we just had, he's been receiving these light codes. He's been receiving divine light. We both have. But I feel like it's really creating powerful transformation within the divine masculine's mental space. And he's really wanting a connection that feels caring. He's really wanting this true intimacy. He's really wanting something that feels meaningful and purposeful. You know, this twin flame connection it's a vocation, and it's a calling. It's a calling of the soul. It's a mission. It's a higher mission, a divine mission that we agreed to before we incarnated, and he's feeling that pull. He's feeling, you know, these new ideas and new thoughts and new perspectives on this caring connection that are, you know, that magnetic pull where he's feeling drawn to his beloved, he's feeling drawn to his feminine, and he's really wanting this soulful kind of a connection, not just the 3D material surface kind of a connection, but something that really feels meaningful and purposeful. And that's part of him awakening to this calling, to this twin flame calling, receiving that divine guidance through his crown chakra here, and being illuminated with these new perspectives on this connection. So, you know, he's really wanting this deeper intimacy with his beloved, and if your beloved is with a karmic partnership, I'm sensing that, you know, there's it's like that's not working for him anymore. It's not fulfilling him anymore. And he's really feeling this deeper calling for this deeper intimacy, this really caring, authentic, soulful connection. So really beautiful here. And this is a number 14. So this number 1 represents new beginnings, a new love, a new emotional connection. I'm thinking of like the 2 of Cups, you know, where the two, the masculine and the feminine are standing there together on the card, and it's like this new beginning in this caring connection. And she's holding these flowers, so it's like new blossoming, new beautiful beginnings here. And this is a number 4, so it's taking all of this light, all of this illumination, all of these light codes, and we are integrating that and grounding that onto the earth plane and creating solid foundations, creating this new template of divine love. And you know, when I'm looking at this masculine and feminine here, it just reminds me of what I was just saying about a merging happening of the feminine aspects and the masculine aspects within us. So I feel like the divine masculine is getting illumination that is helping to bring into balance his own feminine aspect within himself and merging with that, and really that is helping him start to get this new perspective of understanding his own, you know, his beloved. Through understanding his own feminine aspect more, he's able to have more connection and want more, feel more compassion and connection with his own, you know, divine feminine counterpart. And the clarifying card for this was the Hierophant, major arcana here. So this is divinely guided. This is powerful, you know, light codes, illumination, divine light, divine guidance shining down here. And this Hierophant card is also a card of unification, oneness, coming together, merging, marriage, you know. And so like I was saying, this could be the divine masculine integrating his own divine feminine aspect within himself and feeling that merging, feeling that marriage, feeling that wholeness, coming into union within himself, which ultimately leads to the union of the partners, the 2 people. But first we come into union within ourselves and really integrate these 2 aspects within us in order to come into union in the physical. And with this Hierophant card too, it's also a card of institutions. It could be like government institutions, societal institutions. You know, marriage is considered an institution, the institution of marriage. Family, cultural beliefs, academic institutions. So, you know, with this Hierophant card, I'm sensing that the divine masculine is still undergoing a lot of letting go of old beliefs, old conditioning, old ideas, thought patterns that are this kind of group thought, group thinking, that are not serving his highest good, and that those thoughts are being transformed, they are being overcome, so that he can move towards his beloved and have this caring connection. You know, those thoughts that are not serving his highest good and that are, you know, just standing in the way of him embracing his beloved. And, you know, the Hierophant is a number 5, and when we add this 1 and a 4, we get a 5. So we have 2 5s here. So this is powerful energy, powerful transformation, powerful change. that is taking place. And with this major arcana, it's just emphasizing this is very divinely guided. This is part of his template that is transforming. You know, he's been breaking down the old template and creating the new template for the divine love. So this is powerful energy coming through, illuminating him in his mental space, creating new ways of thinking that are allowing him to receive divine guidance, to work with his higher self, and to really question authority, and to really question this institutional group thought, you know, and say, is this really what? Does this really align with me? To really use his discernment here. And to really ask himself and question authority and find his own truth within that. So really, really beautiful energy for the divine masculine here. Okay, and then what is in the divine masculine's heart space? How is he feeling towards his twin flame connection and his beloved? And we got Archangel Michael. And this is associated with the first chakra. And so the first chakra is this red energy that we see Archangel Michael holding, like this ball of red, fiery energy. And, you know, the first chakra is where we carry a lot of our fears and traumas and, you know, a lot of our blocks. And we've seen the divine masculine over the last few readings really going through a major transformation, and in the last reading he was really overcoming a lot of grief and sorrow and regret and just sadness and pain in his heart space, and really releasing that, a lot of like emotional kind of detox, if you want to call it that. But yeah, just now I feel like he's starting to find some stability. First chakra is also stability and foundations and security. And so I'm just really sensing that the divine masculine's heart space has been undergoing this transformation, releasing a lot of the old stuff that is no longer serving him. And now he's being infused with this new sense of stability in his heart, this new vitality, this strength, this warrior love kind of energy, with Archangel Michael here assisting him with this strength and stability. And you know, Archangel Michael is assisting him and guiding him and protecting him, and really helping to infuse his heart with this new energy, really infusing it with courage and power and strength. And this is a number 35, so the number 3 represents that divine guidance, divine protection with Archangel Michael here. And then the 5, again, we have transformation and change taking place in his heart. And then when we add the 3 and the 5, we get a number 8. And 8 is a number about powerful forward movement. So, you know, all of this transformation that's taking place in his heart that is being divinely guided is going to allow him to move forward from his heart with strength, with courage, with this new vitality, and with this kind of warrior-like energy, this love warrior in his heart. And, you know, the sword here that Archangel Michael is holding, it's like living from his heart's truth, living from his soul's truth, and cutting through all of these illusions. You know, like with this Hierophant, I feel like there's a connection between the Hierophant and the Archangel Michael card too. Cutting through all the illusion that's created by this group thought, cultural conditioning, societal conditioning, so that he can really stand strong and stand firm and be grounded you know, with this first chakra energy, really be grounded in his truth and really stand up for what he believes in, regardless of what family says, regardless of what society says, regardless of, you know, whatever happened in the past. He's moving out of all of that and getting this renewed strength and vitality. And the clarifying card that came up was transformation. And this is another major arcana. So again, this is powerful, divinely guided energy that is part of his soul's mission to go through this transformation in his heart space. And we see this little girl, and she's holding this ball of fire here. So it's really interesting because we see Archangel Michael holding that ball of fire there, that red fiery light. And then we see this little girl holding this fiery ball of light that's this transformation. And so it's this energy of fire that burns away the old and allows us to rise up in the new. You know, like the image of the phoenix rising from the ashes. And this transformation card in the traditional tarot is the death card. So it's like a death and a rebirth, and letting go of the old and welcoming in the new. And this is a number 13. So with the 1 we have a new beginning. And then with the 3 we have the divine guidance, once again, guiding us through the breaking down and letting go of the old and awakening to the new. And then this adds up to a 4, which is, you know, creating those solid foundations, creating that stability, really grounding the energies. So, powerful energies happening here for the masculine. Pretty exciting. And then, what does the masculine want or need at this time? And we got the Happy Family card. And I always think of the 4 of Wands when I see this card, which is it's a card about joy and celebration and emotional fulfillment and spiritual fulfillment, and, you know, bringing that spiritual joy onto the earth plane with that number 4 grounding, strong foundations of joy and stability. So he's really wanting that. He's really wanting to feel this, you know, joy and stability and wholeness. And, you know, some divine masculines, I feel, are really dreaming about their future and thinking about a family in whatever form that might look like. You know, maybe they already have children and they're imagining integrating with their beloved's children as a family, or maybe they are imagining having children with their beloved and starting a new family. Or, you know, like in my situation, my divine masculine has children and I don't have children, and what would that look like for us to come together as a family? And then I'm also sensing too, you know, we are moving into the holidays. So we have Thanksgiving coming up this week. And there might be some family healing that is coming up for the divine masculine, you know, within his own immediate family or at a family gathering for the holidays. There could be some things come up around healing. And the clarifying card that came up with this is called Patience. And so this is also a major arcana. So the divine masculine is really, he's really going through some powerful energies right now that are divinely guided. And this in the traditional deck would be the Temperance card. So this is a card of moderation, patience, And it's really interesting, you know, usually we think of the Patience card coming up for the Divine Feminine. But here we have the Divine Masculine getting the Patience card. So I'm sensing, you know, that he does envision this future and this family life and this emotional fulfillment and spiritual fulfillment and wanting like the whole package deal. But he is going through these really powerfully charged energies right now. He's still going through some healing, going through a lot of transformation, letting go of the old and bringing in the new, undergoing illumination, receiving divine guidance. And he's needing to be patient with himself as he goes through all of these energies. This is a lot, and it takes time to integrate all of it. So the dream is there, the dreams are there, the goals are there, and he is moving towards all of it, but he needs to really, you know, be patient in the process, because it is a process. And, yeah, just take it one day at a time, and it's all coming together. This is a number 14, so it's a new beginning with a number 1. Whoops. And with that number 4 again, we have a lot of 5s and a lot of 4s here. So a lot of change and transformation and a lot of grounding these new energies, creating stability, creating joy. Yeah, and when we add that 1 and that 4, we get a 5. So really beautiful energies here for the Divine Masculine, and it's just exciting to see him, you know, growing and moving through these energies, because I know as a collective, you know, remember this is a collective reading, so this is our whole entire soul group that the reading is for, but, you know, as a collective, the Divine Masculine has really, you know, been moving through a lot, going through an awakening, going through a dark night of the soul transformation, and so it's exciting to see the changes happening. I just really feel a shift since the 11/11. Okay, and then let's move on over here to the Divine Feminine. And what is the Divine Feminine thinking regarding her twin flame connection and her beloved? So we had a couple of cards come out. We have Door to Value and Envy. So I'll start with the Door to Value. So the Divine Feminine, she's got her mind on her money and her money on her mind. She's focused on finances. She's focused on creating abundance. She's focused on her mission. She has new opportunities opening up to her. And, you know, with these big red doors here, this is more first chakra energy here. So she's really wanting to become stable and grounded in her physical world. She's wanting that security. And there's all this yellow gold light here is that solar plexus. So she is really tapping into her personal power. She's really starting to embrace her gifts and shine her light and be the light worker she is. And that is starting to help open these doors to her and create these new opportunities for abundance to come in. And she's really working on mastering her physical world. You know, she could be exploring new job opportunities. She could be, you know, expanding her mission. She could be starting her mission. She could be seeking advice in terms of finances, reaching out to financial advisors. But really, you know, creating a solid foundation and stability in the material world, in the physical world. So this is really awesome. She's really becoming empowered. And this is a number 31. So we have the 3 for the divine guidance here, and I'm also really sensing third energy. You know, when we are shining our light, being a light worker, stepping into our mission, we are working with that third energy. Our twin is working through us, the divine is working through us. You know, that is the 3 aspects, the 3 energies that come together to create this beautiful, amazing abundance and you know, shining this light. So and then we have this 1 for the new beginning, and again, when we add the 3 and the 1, we have a 4, another 4. I should like count how many 4s there are. There's a lot of 4s here. Really grounding all of this light and all of this abundance. And we are really blessed. You know, we are being blessed and sharing our gifts and sharing our light. It's really beautiful. Okay, and then we have this envy card. So what is that all about? So this envy card, it's like, you know, she's got her mind on her money and her money on her mind, and she's focused on her mission. But then there's this other aspect of her mind that is still feeling like in the dark, like with her twin flame connection. Like, when is it going to happen? And, you know, this is like an energy of lack. So she's moving forward, she's stepping into her power, she's on mission, but in the back of her mind there still are fears, doubts, questions, illusions. And, you know, I feel like that Scorpio energy a lot in this card, of just like feeling like you are in the dark, you know, seeing like what's missing and feeling that lack, and, you know, kind of this longing, you know, for the union, longing to be with your beloved, questioning everything that's happening in the 3D. And this is a number 2 card, 20. And number 2 is about keep the faith. Have trust. Keep the faith. And that 0 is just really emphasizing keep the faith. Keep the faith in this divine partnership. And we have a clarifying card here that's also, you know, really emphasizing to keep the faith. It's the Ace of Air, which is like the Ace of Swords. And so, you know, this is about cutting through all of the illusions, spreading your wings, flying, and rising up above all of the 3D stuff. You know, we see this beautiful unicorn. It's like a unicorn Pegasus creature here, and it's, you know, cutting through the clouds, breaking through the light, rising up above all of it, and seeing from the bigger picture. You know, the message coming through is to really notice those signs and those synchronicities. They are all there to keep pointing that direction on your path and reminding you that you are on track, you are on the right path, regardless of what's happening in the 3D. So it's really, you know, keeping that faith and staying in that place where we can really trust in our destiny, you know, and just really trust in the powerful forces that are assisting us to, you know, transform everything that is happening, and to see that it is all happening for the highest good. And I know things can look like crap and like a mess and not feel good when we're moving through it, but we can be feeling the crap and the emotions and the mess and be in the dark, and simultaneously we can also have that aspect of ourselves that can see from the higher perspective that I'm still moving towards my destiny. This was all part of the unfolding of our union. This is all of the stuff that we agreed to break down that's not serving humanity, so that we can move into the new template of divine love. So you know, and just really know that you focusing on your mission, shining your light, bringing in this abundance is all really supporting your connection. And this is part of the template of the feminine, for her to really step into her power and to really master her physical world. So this is really cool. So don't, you know, this is the illusion. Don't get stuck in this place. I mean, we visit this place, you know, we all go there, but it's just, don't stay stuck in there, dwelling in there, you know, move out of that, rise up above that, and, you know, stay focused on creating this abundance and shining your light. And this is starting to, you know, this is what draws everything together, what brings in the masculine. Okay, so, and then I guess, well, I might get back to that a little bit, but this is also, you know, part of the feminine balancing her masculine energy, where she's really getting into action here in her abundance and her mission and shining her light and sharing her gifts. So, so that's great. Okay, what is the divine feminine feeling in her heart? And we have Healer of the Ages. So, you know, the divine feminine has spent a lot of time focusing on healing herself. She has spent a lot of time focusing on healing her beloved, bringing healing and sending love into the connection and to him, and she's been really focused on her spiritual path, and now she's really taking it to a whole new level, and she's really expanding her heart. Like, we see all this light coming out of this healer's chest. So I'm sensing, you know, she's been really focused on healing herself and bringing healing into her connection with her beloved, sending him love, sending him light, and now she's moving into a whole new level where she is expanding her heart to everyone, you know, to the whole universe, to this cosmic heart energy. She's you know, bringing healing to others, her friends, her family, her community, her soul group, through her spiritual gifts. And we see there's light radiating out of this healer's hands. So maybe she's bringing healing to others through learning Reiki or massage or some kind of a hands-on energy work, body work modality. Or maybe she's creative and she has creative gifts where she's using her hands to help heal. And maybe she's a spiritual teacher and she's teaching others and just, you know, shining her light and opening up her heart, and maybe she's doing counseling work. And we see the twin flames here in the background. So she's really stepping into her twin flame energy, owning her power, sharing her light, and on his forehead there's a lot of light coming out of there too. So she is also receiving this illumination, tapping into her intuition and allowing her intuition to really guide her in healing others. You know, as twin flames, we have these spiritual gifts for a reason, so that we can be, you know, it's healer of the ages. And we are moving into I think we already are in the age of Aquarius, and we are in the new earth, and the new earth is here. We are just grounding it. We are taking this light and we are grounding it and we are integrating it into the planet, and it's part of you know, our mission here as light workers. I mean, this is like the poster child picture of light worker, you know? So, and this is a 51. Yeah, 51. So this is change and transformation taking place in her heart. Just like the Divine Masculine is undergoing change and transformation in his heart, the Divine Feminine is also going through this rebirth in her heart space, where now she's really expanding her healing abilities to not only help heal herself and her beloved, but to help heal the collective, to help heal the masses. Because we are in a state of, you know, ascending as a whole planet, and so many people are starting to wake up now, and that's where twin flames are really needed to assist others in their awakening. Oh, and then this is 51, so the 1 is this new beginning. So new beginning and transformation in the heart space. And then this adds up to 6, which is that the number of the lovers, and it's also a number of harmony and equal giving and receiving kind of energy. So giving all of this healing and receiving healing. Really beautiful energy. And so the clarifying card that came up with this is King of Fire. And I'm noticing both of the figures in these cards are masculine figures. So again, the Divine Feminine is really integrating her masculine energy. You know, integrating this masculine energy with her feminine as she is stepping into her mission. And masculine energy is all about taking action. So she's really starting to take action, implement action to go out into the world and to share her spiritual gifts with others. And, you know, we see this heart here on this King of Fire, and then the heart here on the healer. So, you know, she's really working from her heart. It's heart-centered work, creating a whole life for herself that is heart-centered. And this man is very illuminated. She has all this wisdom. I mean, he's got this long gray beard. So she has gained a lot of wisdom in her journey. She's learned and received all this illumination, guidance, understanding. And this is a king. He's a king of fire. So this is a mature masculine energy. So the feminine has really matured spiritually in her heart and her emotions. You know, she used to just kind of be like all over the place, like just constantly triggered and unable to, like, you know, get a hold of her emotions, and now she's cleared out a lot of that, and she's really elevated and graduated to this new space within her heart where she has emotional mastery, and she's going out and she's bringing healing to the world. It's really beautiful. Okay. And what is the Divine Feminine wanting or needing? And we had a few cards fall out, and they kind of all go together. So I think I'm going to start with this one. And this one, actually, it fell into my lap sideways. So I was kind of sensing, you know, a reversal type energy with this. It's the anxiety card. And so I feel like this is also really relating to this new moon in Scorpio, and we are releasing a lot of anxiety, emotional stuff. It's falling away, and we're letting go. And you know, Scorpio is an emotional sign, so if you are having emotions coming up at this time, allow them to be released. Just, you know, you can write in a journal or just have a good cry. And I'm noticing that in the background through the windows, it's like this dark, stormy weather, just like how we're having today where I live. But yeah, you know, she's anxious, she's concerned, she doesn't know what's going on. She's got this beautiful red dress on, and her makeup is all smudged and smearing, and like she's all dressed up and nowhere to go, and you know, this is all this red here, this first chakra energy. So, you know, we hold a lot of fear and anxiety in our first chakra. And so yeah, she's just releasing that, letting that go. And this is an 18, so new beginning, and this infinity, which represents the eternal bond and moving forward, and abundance. 8 also represents abundance. And it adds up to 9. So she's completing this cycle, letting go of the anxiety, completing this cycle, and moving into this new moon. And then the next card is strategy. So, like I was saying, I think some journaling. If you keep a journal, then that might be a good way to let out some of these emotions. With this feather quill pen, I'm just sensing writing here. And you know, this strategy card, I feel like, is also related to the new moon, where it's good to just have a ritual of, you know, writing down your intentions and writing down what it is that you want to manifest over the course of this moon cycle. What are your dreams? What are your goals? What steps do you want to take towards manifesting that dream, and how can you co-create with the universe to really, you know, start to bring them into fruition? And this is a number 21. So number 2 for the divine partnership, for keeping the faith, and the 1 there is a new beginning with this new moon. And then when we add them up, we get a 3. So that 3 is, you know, that third energy again, where it's that co-creating with the divine, co-creating with our twins energy, and then with our own energy, and bringing that all together to really co-create and manifest what it is that we want to bring into our life. And then we have the victory card here next. So, you know, once we clear these emotions, work on getting our strategy, setting our intentions, writing out our goals on what it is that we want to manifest, then we can move into this place of victory. And, you know, just notice like all this beautiful gold energy here, all this heart energy, all of this energy of unity and Christ consciousness and oneness. And she just looks so peaceful. Like, you know, when we look at the 2 figures in these cards, you know, she's all worried and anxious, and we are letting that go. And then, you know, we can write it all out, get our strategy, and get our intentions, and write out what we want to manifest. And then, you know, we can move into this place of being in this serenity. Like, she just looks so peaceful and comfortable in her mind, comfortable in her body, and she's just radiating and glowing. And I always notice like these little, I don't know, they look like little snakes on her head, and that reminds me of the Kundalini energy, you know, really moving that powerful creative energy through our chakras. And this is a 28, so another 2 here for keep the faith, divine partnership, and this number 8 for moving forward, powerful forward movement. And that adds up to a 10, which becomes a 1, so this new beginning. And I'm just thinking too about with this writing, you know, it's heart-centered writing, and it's bringing the inspiration that we receive from the divine through the upper chakras, and then, you know, our arm is connected to our heart, that heart chakra. So like really write from your heart chakra, what are your heart's desires, and what do you really want to manifest, what do you really want to create, and how can you, you know, ask the universe to work with you and assist you in creating that. Okay, then let's move over to the union energies. So for the energy of the union, for both of the twins, we have the action card, and this card has really been coming up a lot lately. It was in my last reading about the masculine wanting to take action, and now we see it's moved from there into the union. So both the feminine and the masculine, I'm sensing, are really going through this rapid ascension right now, and there's a lot of light coming in here, and they are in this green meadow, all of this heart energy, healing heart energy. And yeah, just this adds up to a number 8, so another 8 here for powerful forward movement, and really making the effort to do the work. Both of them are doing the spiritual work. Both of them are, you know, in their ascension process, moving forward, and you know, setting those intentions, setting those goals, planning, and putting it into action. And, you know, this is just a reminder too that we are on the right path. We are moving forward. We are on the right path. And, you know, the two are like coming together. And this card makes me think of the yin-yang energies as well, because we have the white horse and the black horse. And, you know, the white horse is the soul ascending, moving at like a higher speed, you know. Its feet are off of the grass, its head is plunged forward. And then, you know, this is more of like the physical earth plane, the physical body. So, you know, we're receiving all this illumination, and then, you know, our soul is ascending quickly, but then it takes time for it to all integrate and to come together in the physical. Yeah, so rapid ascension, rapid forward movement for both of the twins, getting into action. And the clarifying card that came up with this, oh, and then the 17 here, I forgot to do that, numerology. 1 for a new beginning and 7 for the spiritual path. So we are on the right path. We are on track, and it adds up to an 8, which is that forward movement. And then the clarifying card is justice. So again, justice is about bringing things into balance, creating that harmony. She's holding the scales here. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. But she's got the scales there, so, you know, I'm really feeling a sense of things merging and coming into balance. And she's also holding this sword that's illuminated there. So cutting through the illusions, finding the truth. And she's wearing this blue dress, so I'm really sensing, you know, communication, having those heart-to-heart conversations that allow you to get the clarity and to get the truth and to come into that place of harmony and balance. And, you know, even if it's 5D communication, heart communication, having that heart-to-heart just within your own heart can help shift the energy and bring balance and harmony into your connection. And she's got like this big full moon behind her. So we have the lunar energy coming through. And this is a number 11, so it's a twin flame number. And it adds up to 2 for the divine partnership. And, you know, I always think of the two twins with the one and the one like standing side by side as sovereign beings, being whole within themselves. Yeah, so really beautiful union energies here. Okay, well, I think that pretty much covers the cards here. So I wanted to do a quick romance message for us from the Divine Love Letters book. And I asked my Divine Masculine to give me a number, and I was guided to 115. So I'm reading letter number 115, which adds up to a 7, and it has the 11 there, so spiritual path for the twin flames. So as I'm reading this, just imagine that this is a letter to you from your beloved. Okay. My darling, I'm so sorry that I have caused you so much heartache and pain. My heart aches that I have done that. I didn't mean to, and I didn't want to. It's been my mind controlling me with crazy notions of being hurt, not being able to trust anyone, having to be on my own because no one understands me. But it's all nonsense, because you are the only person who gets me, who does understand me, who lives in my heart and knows that I will never desert you ever. You are my shining light, the light in the darkness when I have felt all alone for such a long time. I was scared to turn the light on for fear of it going out. But now I know that our light will burn strong forever. You are my guiding light home. I love you. Stay with us. I'm coming. That is just so perfect for this Scorpio new moon energy with, you know, the light shining in the darkness. We are entering the winter solstice when it's the darkest time of the year, where we are seeking the light. That's why we have all of these festivals of light. We light candles, we hang our Christmas lights, we go to parties, and, you know, it's like we try to seek the light in the darkness. So this is just such a perfect message to come through for this reading. And just remembering that we are each other's light. We are guiding each other home. And, you know, it's really only our minds and our crazy notions of being hurt and all of these fears that we are working on clearing out to find our way back to each other. So that's just really beautiful. Okay, so I will finish off with a couple of spiritual guidance messages so we can receive guidance from Spirit as we move forward in our journeys. And this is from the Golden Path deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. And the card that came up for the Divine Masculine was the Soulmate card. And I will read from the book to give you more insight. It starts with a quote that says, "Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Through the magnetism of divine love, you merge with another, and love becomes an all-embracing thought. Through a touch, word, or glance, love unites you and your beloved. The most precious thing is love, and this is your season of love, a time of romance and happiness. You are both beautiful souls, looking within, and you will see it. There is a pearl in each of your hearts, close to your eyes, And close your eyes and feel it. Through the eyes of love, you will see and feel love's infinite spiritual realm. United by love, nothing matters but each other. And the affirmations are, love gives me strength. Love gives me courage. I enter love's infinite spiritual realm. And wow, this is so perfect, because I just kept thinking of this Archangel Michael card as I was reading that, and how Archangel Michael is assisting him in finding the strength and the courage in his heart to let go of all of the fears that have held him back, and so that he can move towards his true, soulmate, twin flame. This says soulmate, but we'll just pretend that it says twin flame. To move towards his beloved, and to be in this divine love connection, and to be in this caring connection. So that's just, I can't imagine a more perfect card. Okay, and then for the Divine Feminine, we got Sea of Love. And it says, this one starts with a quote too. Do not dwell on the past, nor dream of the future, but rather concentrate the mind on the present moment. And that is a quote from Buddha. And then it goes on to say, bless your past. Let it go and embrace the present. This card signifies a positive change which comes through releasing negative feelings associated with your past. Your feelings of guilt or regret stem from a misconceived notion that if you had acted or chosen differently in the past, things may have turned out better in the future. Yet, in thinking this way, you fail to see the positive effects your past actions and choices have had on both yourself and others. If you look closely and objectively, you will see the positive side also. Life is forever changing in accordance to the higher will of your soul. From a soul level, nothing is a mistake. In fact, there is no such thing, because on a higher level, everything serves a purpose. There is a cosmic rhyme and reason for everything, and even though we may not see it, all our experiences enrich us in some way. All helps to expand our awareness of life and love, and through this, our wisdom grows also. So, this is just really a message for the Divine Feminine to really let go of, release those negative, anxious thoughts and feelings, especially, anything from the past that could be contributing to bringing up this anxiety, and to really move into the present space and open up to this sea of love. We are surrounded by love. Love is all around us. We have the opportunity to give and receive love, on a cosmic level, from our friends, from our family, from our neighbors, from every person that we come into contact with, to see the divine aspect of them, to see the divine aspect of ourselves mirrored back to us through them. So this is, just a really beautiful message here for the Divine Feminine. Okay, so that wraps up this reading. I hope that it gave you some guidance and some clarity in your journey. And, if you would like to see the energies for your specific connection, I will leave information in the description box for how you can book in for a reading. Yeah, so I hope that you all have a very happy and peaceful and gratitude-filled Thanksgiving. And yeah, I'm sending you so much love and many blessings, and take care until next time. Okay, bye bye.